Here are some of the parts for my future project. I have a couple of these power wheel scooters. I'm going to build a remote control lawnmower. There's the deck, 42-inch off of a John Deere lawnmower. I've been working on stripping this old John Deere mower. I intend on trying to use the frame. That way I'll have the deck hangers and so on, hopefully to make it go a little bit easier. Okay, so at this point what we have to do is disable the braking system. These covers were on here, like so, 2 screws holding them on. Take the cover off, and you'll find 2 other screws in these slots like this. They screwed into the housing of the motor, and that's what made the brake stop spinning. Remove those. Cut the wires here, and there's another set of wires to where they were connected around back here somewhere. Now the brake is engaged, but it is not attached to anything, so the motor can spin freely. It just seemed to be the easiest way to deal with it. The next step will be to try to hook up the speed control and make this little wheelchair thing work by remote. Okay, now we're going to test the motors. I have a booster box I picked up from Walmart. It's like a jump box, so I have one lead going to one side, the other lead going to the other side. When I flip the switch, the wheel moves. So now I know that motor is good. I've already tested the other side. The next step, we'll see if I can control this with remote control. Stay tuned. Alright, I ordered a Sabertooth speed controller. Got it wired in. It's pretty easy to set up. That hanging down there is the remote receiver. Obviously that would be mounted better in the future. I got my same 12-volt power supply. Of course it needs to have 24 volts, but this is just for testing. So if you turn the power supply on, turn the radio on here, and I have it set up to where one stick controls both motors. So that phase is complete, getting it set up to run on remote control. Stay tuned. Okay, I got it set up now to do some 24-volt testing. You can see I secured the receiver here, or electrical taped it to the fender, however you want to say it. That's the speed control. Kind of got a little bungee cord to hold it in place. This is a 50 amp circuit breaker that I found up underneath the chair, so I went ahead and installed it. Those are the batteries out of the booster box. Apparently the circuitry in those booster boxes would not allow me to run them in series, so I just took the batteries out. Stick it in here. Pretty basic wiring. You jump a hot to a negative, and then this becomes the negative, that becomes the positive. It gives you 24 volts. I use this now as going to be my battery connect and disconnect. I wired the wire to both sides of these connectors. The female side is connected to the battery directly. That way you don't want these metal posts here to end up hot and accidentally touch something and cause a spark or fire or what else it can do. But I'm getting ready to take it outside and let's do some testing with it. It seems to have quite a bit of power, but my room in here is so small I just can't really get anything going on. Okay, I got it outside. It seems to work really well. I did sit on top of it for a spell and try to drive it. I found that to be very uncomfortable and painful. I accidentally hit the sticks to do that turn like that, and it about threw me off. I don't weigh very much. I only weigh 150 pounds, but it did not seem to even slow this thing down at all. So it's got plenty of power, and I think it'll be just fine for what I want to do. So there you have it. The testing phase for the remote control is coming along really good. There's minor adjustments I'll probably make on the controlling unit, but it's working pretty well. I can go super slow if I need to maneuver around something, such as getting it out of that room down my hallway. It was really quite controllable. It doesn't go upstairs, so I've tried and I can't get it to get up the stairway, but that's alright. We don't need to mow the stairway anyway. Stay tuned. Remember, this is going to all be a remote control first person view lawnmower. On what you're looking at now, I'm just going to use the motors, the batteries, and the electronics. All the rest of it I have to make, so it's going to take a while.